Okay, we are in game now. Let's see what we have here. Alright, so Azir, Nami, Graves, Renekton, Olaf versus Darius, Orianna, Morg, Amumu, and Vayne. Automatically, first thing I see is the Orianna team is 80 times better at team fighting. You have a lot better initiation. Your CC is much higher. You have burst, plus you have AoE. So your guys' main goal is basically just to survive laning phase and get past it, get to the mid game, get like the 15-minute mark and start fighting around objectives. You know, fight for dragon. If you guys want to fight objectives, not just give them up. You guys want to fight there because if a movement goes in, banish toss, ulti, you put the ball on him, ulti. Darius spins, Morg binds, puts spell shield on Vayne. Vayne rips through their team. Like it's a perfect solo queue comp right here. What you have, your laning phases aren't weak. And you versus Azir, I don't know if you can kill him because like he has a bit longer range than you, but you can definitely outfarm him. That's your goal here. Your goal in this lane is to farm and make it to the mid game point. I thought it was gold 2. Give me a sec. I think it's plat 5. Let me check 1 sec. It's gold 2. This elo is gold 2 right now. Okidoki. This loading screen though is OP, man. Such much loading screen. Hey Rocketeer, how are you going, man? We are spectating the Orianna HipsterTea. Apparently he just lifted today, so you know he's flexing. So gold 2, elo. This is roughly around there, and Ori versus Azir. Now, just by looking, I mean, I don't know what your like mentality is going to lane. If you think you can kill Azir, I mean, that's fine. But I honestly think that going to this lane would be better off getting like heal or barrier, because you're gonna be better off just fight, like looking at your team count versus theirs. You're gonna be better off just farming and just staying alive. So like just like, you know, avoiding the Olaf ganks, avoiding getting killed by Azir, stuff like that. Like, but if you really think, like, if you're confident in your Orianna abilities, then there's nothing wrong with getting ignite, okay? But if you feel like it's an iffy lane, all I really have to do is survive, and then we can wreck them in team fights, heal's better. Barrier's better. So, I mean, let's get into the game first. It's still loading, so I had to be a hell of a long loading phase. There we go. And then I'll get more into the matchup. So, once the lane actually starts. Ready. I'm sorry, T-Bomb. That's bad luck, man. It just happens. Right, standard starts, Jordan Spring. Okay, don't follow. There we go. standing here is a really risky spot because if they come from this bush over here, you're screwed. Because, I mean, you could run this way, maybe. Or, like, if they come from this way, it's kind of dumb to stand here. Just ward it and go back. And then put your ball here, you know? Just, like, you don't want to just, like, stand around alone. That's what I'm saying. Just, like, put the ward and walk away. Be Gucci. So like I said, this matchup is going to be a lot of Orianna farming and just trying to get to the mid game point, because her team's going to be a lot better at team fighting, so that's what she wants to get to. That should be her goal here. If she sees the opening, like with an Amumi gank or something, yeah, kill Azir. But overcommitting and allowing an Azir to get the kill on her early is going to be death, because that's all her team really has to do is survive. So same with any other role, you do want to hit a level 2 faster. So I think Orianna started Q, right? Okay, yeah, she wants to try to hit level 2 here. You don't want to be pushed in under turret and want to waste mana, like, you know, last hitting. You just want to keep the lane towards the middle. It's a short lane. You're not really prone to being ganked by an Olaf anyway. All you guys see, this is the problem with the lane though. Like, Azir outranges you immensely, so you don't want to, like, it's really hard for you to kill him, is what I'm trying to say. You gotta work on your last hitting, man. See, you're better off in this case maxing E on Orianna, and make sure you have a key for self-cast, so you self-cast that E and just keep it on you, because he's just gonna harass you all day with this. Like, there's nothing you can do against that. You gotta max E. See, you got Q and W here. I wouldn't have done that. I would have actually started E, and then last hit just with my autos. Because you've taken so much damage. Both of your potions are already down. He still has his potion. There's very little you can do in this matchup, just because of the range issue. Yeah, you gotta work on your last hitting, man. See, okay, biggest problem, like, you have Q, you put 2 points into Q. It's like you're trying to, like, level 2 cheese him, or level 3 cheese him, but it's Azir. He's already put you down so much. I don't know why you put 2 points into that Q. You should just put into E, max the E, stay back, and like I said, in this case, heal would have been better than Ignite, because you're probably never gonna use that Ignite on this Azir. Like, it's not gonna work. Passive lane is what you need to do. So now he has the early kill on you, unfortunately. You can't do anything here without jungle help. Play safe, let him push the lane. Try your best not to get harassed by the sand soldiers. Just, like, you know, have good reaction time with your E. Get that E up there. I wonder if you're going... You should be going Athenes. I think you're going Morello Namicon, but if you are, I would say go Athenes. He's wrecking you too hard for you not to build MR. And going Morello is only good if you're winning, or if you have a chance to, like, be aggressive on this. You don't have a chance to be aggressive here. UE was really late. The moment, so how this Azir is playing it is like the moment he puts his Sand Soldier out, he last hits a minion, right? And then he moves it straight to you and harasses you. Their Olaf just died to a camp. To double golems, okay. So when his Sand Soldier is out, you should assume automatically that he's gonna move him to you. That's how most Azirs will do it. And basically all you do is just prep your E, like keep your finger on there and prep it and get it onto you. Don't make your ball go so far, because it takes longer for you to get the shield if the ball's farther from you, you know? Keep your ball like relatively close to you. In this lane at least. If you're worried about mana regen, Chalice would have been better here. And I'm doing well, my juice box. How are you? Good morning, good morning. So you're running now. You're better off just waiting for this next, like, he's gonna push it. The way he's gonna push in your favor anyway. You wait for it, you last under turret, and then you just go B. There's no point staying. You're not gonna kill him. And, like, you're just gonna probably die to him if you stay. Yeah, just leave. You're not gonna help this Amumu. Just get out of there. 1 Q and you're dead. It's fine if you lose some CS, like, no big deal. You just do not want to give him another kill. Okay, cool. You got Chalice. I was just hoping you wouldn't have gone with the, what do you call it? The Morello and Omicron route. Thank God. I'm happy you're buying Ward. This is really good. I mean, you haven't been ganked, but it's a good habit, though, because you want to make sure, like, you're already behind the lane. You don't want to be ganked and be prone target. Like, you don't want to be like an open target, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so you should be getting your ward a little, not deep, but yep, that works. Or here, one of these two. One ward there, and then another ward over here, in here, or here. So, like your trinket ward, I mean, the one that's still up. But it's kind of funny though, cause like mid lane is a very like it's always balanced on like a knife's edge. Both champions are normally like really squishy, right? So like one bad trade or like one first blood like that or something is gonna screw over your entire lane. Like that's how like sensitive mid lane is, and that's what you have to really be. Mid lane players have to be worried about. Is like they can't afford. Nice trade. You can probably just ult him, dude. Oh, you should have ulted him. Not now, not now. Now he can turn on you again because his cooldown's going to be back up. It's very imperative you know your opponent's cooldowns. Go on League. Go into the champions. Read all the main champions that you be facing. Their cooldowns. No. Okay, I give you props for attempting that. But it was botched. And you didn't need to do that. He already backed off. But what I was saying was, you should really know when these people's cooldowns are up. I don't know them. Like, I know some of them, but I don't know all of them. Like, I'm not a mid lane player, right? But you should know, like, when does Azir Sandsoul spawn? What's the cooldown of that lunge dash thing? When will his ult come up? Like, all that stuff, that should be going through your head. And you can make like a semi-countdown. The better you know your opponent's cooldown times, the better you can trade with him, because you'll know, like, if he can just auto me, I can just wreck him with my entire combo, you know? Because he doesn't have anything up. That's a big thing about mid lane. Like, you both need mechanics matter the most in mid lane, and your knowledge of the game, because you have to know every champion's combos. You have to know what kind of combos they'll run. In my opinion, mid lane's the hardest lane to learn. There's so many variables there. But if you're good at it, you can carry. It's the easiest one to carry solo queue from. Is mid. And so you've died twice to him right now, right? So I hope this means that you won't fight him anymore, ever. Unless it's a jungle gank. Because right now, you're already running You just got to lane, but you're running I don't know why you're pushing him here. Let him push you. Let him push you and just farm. Like, there's nothing wrong with farming as as an AD or as a person who's behind. Like everyone, even Faker gets behind in lane, and you don't see him trying to make plays like without his jungle help or something. He'll farm. He'll out CS his opponent. He'll play safe and he'll scale into late game. That's what you have to do. In this case, remember your team is way better late game than theirs is. Like sorry, like late game and like team fighting, way better. And in addition, think about it this way: if you never die in this lane, this game was 2-2. Now, I'm not saying like never take risks or whatnot, right? Like the first death was whatever, but like you should have known then that like it wasn't gonna work. Like he already outranged you, you were low, like it wasn't gonna happen. So that's just something like game knowledge was that you should have known, and it would have saved your lane. Like, you know, you would have been 0-0-0, he would have been 0-0-0, you would have been 5 CS up or even more because you wouldn't have died. This guy sucks at last hitting. You could have easily been able to like out CS him by like 20-30 by now. And I'm sure like your jungler now is probably like more hesitant to gank your lane since you're behind. He's better off like ganking bot lane, right? So you're probably not going to get help anymore. And it's even more like important that you don't die. Like from here on out, you do not die. So let's see. You're building your Athenes. You have a ward again. This is really good. I'm happy. Like this is something that everyone should be taking like note of. That like this guy, he buys wards every time he goes back behind whatever he buys them. Like now he places them. Let's see if he places them. But the fact that he's like at least trying to do this, it's a good thing. What are you up to now? I don't know why you're so scared if it's a 4v1. You seem like really passive there. This is team fighting. Remember, your Vayne's pretty strong. Your team fighting comp is really good. So this is where like you should be like expressing your confidence. Like, you know what? Like now we have the upper hand. Like we're grouped up now as a team. Even though I am behind, I'm still stronger than them because I'm Ori. Like I'm awesome. Like I can be behind by a lot. But my shields help. My speed ups help. My ult is a great CC move. Like that's all that matters. Okay, you got blue buff. This should be a dragon. No, never mind. Vayne's dead. You can't do dragon anymore. So 6-6. They have 2 dragons on you guys. Whatever. Done have a 2k gold. Like you're behind, but not by that much, honestly. Like let's see what the total golds are here. He's up by 450 gold on you. That's what, a tome? He's up by a tome, money wise. All you have to do is now stay with your team. Okay, like you four, like you, Amumu, Vayne, and Morg, and you guys can start doing stuff together. Like you guys can group and roam, probably catch out someone, but it isn't. Don't you have enough gold to buy an Athenes by now? You're 1,100. You should be able to buy it. You're staying in this. You're staying in this lane too long with too much gold. You know, it's a big mistake that I've seen in in these games are like where people have like so much gold that like they stay. I don't know why, but instead of like getting their items, you know, if you're like you could have a kill on the other team, on the other player, but if he is already bought and you're still on your like your Doran's blade or whatever, you're still weaker than him. It doesn't matter if you got the kill, you haven't spent the money yet. So until you spend the money, you're not stronger. In this case, you've already like been pushed out of lane, like you're low. Like Morgana can hold this lane off by herself already. Go spend your 1.3k gold or whatever you're at. No fight's gonna break out now. You had like a couple of windows to go be here. Now if a fight does break out, like you're gonna have a tough time even staying here. You have no blue buff. You're low. You're running kind of Now you are and you have so much gold that you could be spending. No, this is spectate, man. Juicebox, this is a spectate. I'm spectating him. I don't know why it shows that like 48-minute thing or whatever, but like I am spectating this dude. Okay, I don't know why you stayed that long. Here, watch this. If the support on the other team is running at you, there's probably a reason why, right? So, why did you stay here trying to fight him? You could have just gotten out easily. You could have just ran to your turret. Don't think that people are gonna be that dumb to like straight up fight you as a Nami support versus Ori mid. Like it's not, they're not like that. Like just run. Like there's something fishy going on. Like you just have to have that instinct. Like this is fishy. This guy is like running at me alone. Something's weird here. Okay. So, it's like kind of harsh to say this, but you're holding your team behind, or you held your team behind. You know, with like the deaths and like what you were doing. Like you lost mid lane, simple as that. You could have easily won mid lane, or you could have just held it off because like not all lanes are meant to be won, and not all lanes you have to win. You don't have to win every lane in solo queue to rise, but the less times you lose the lane, the more you rise. Obviously, like you don't have to win it, but don't lose the lane so hard. Your goal right now is you've become a support. You're going to now shift your whole goal to protecting Vayne. After you use that one shockwave, everything's on Jinx. I mean, sorry, Vayne. You shield Vayne. You speed up Vayne. You slow down the opponents for Vayne. Like that's it. Like she's 7-3. She's your entire team right now. Your team revolves around her. And that's what you have to realize. Like you have to put like your cockiness or whatever behind, and you gotta realize, well, I'm not the center of attention this game because I don't deserve it because I lost lane, and I'm gonna protect my carries. I mean, okay, like, it's harsh to say that this is your fault, but if you don't say that this is your fault, you're not gonna learn. If I say, like, in like another game, let's say, like, you were doing well or something, and then, like, your bot lane is 0-6, right? It's still your fault. You could have done things better. Like, this game's definitely, like, so far, like, why is this game not, like, an easy pub stomp? It's Ori's fault right now. However, that's not saying that she's like a bad player. I'm saying that she made a couple. That was a beautiful shockwave. That was awesome. You made up for so much right there. like, it's simple. Like, any mistake Ori made this game can be rectified. Like, she'll know this now. She'll know when she's against an Azir next time that she can't straight up, like, fight them level 3. She has to play it safe, and she has to, like, just see out the lane. So, like, see through the lane. And that's the thing, though. Once you, like, understand that with, like, all the matchups, you'll be a great laner. Dragon's up, mid's up, both of them you guys can take. There you go. Aww. It's funny, you got 2 shockwaves off in that fight. That's how long it lasted. Heal would have been better, by the way. Note, I called this before the game started. Heal would have been better for you in this case. Just another defensive spell would have been nice. But you guys got Dragon and mid turret. That's totally fine. It's worth. Nothing wrong with this. Like, sure, you guys, or you guys haven't got mid turret, so it's fine. Like, I wouldn't like worry too hard. You guys have already hit your spike. This is where you group again and you just end the game. Not end the game, but like you keep on taking these team fights. No, they didn't. They did not get mid turret. You're right, but they can get a next push though. Your goals right now, you haven't gotten a single turret yet. Your goals right now are to take fights like in the jungle and stuff, and then start getting objectives off of them. Because I don't know why you're balling here. This is a huge strategic error. Remember, you're not a carry. You can't really split push turrets that fast. You gotta be with your team at all times next to Vayne. Like, let this wave push in, like, who cares? And then Vayne will take it. Like, you gotta be a secondary to your Vayne right now. She is the center of attention. You stay with them, because their team could have engaged on you, your 3 right there, easily. And if that had happened, you have lost, like, maybe an inner turret or something, like, worst case scenario, and that has sucked. It's funny, you guys are up by 4 kills but down by 1.8k gold. But it's because of the turrets though. Once you guys get the turrets, you'll be back ahead in gold. This is perfect. Push mid, get that free outer turret. Or try to pick Renekton off? I mean... It's hard to siege against an Azir because he has some insane wave clear. However, it's not impossible. Okay. Now there's where your shockwave would have been more useful. In my opinion, you should have held off your shockwave until the later on of the fight, because at the beginning, the only people you got were the 2 tanks, and I think you only got Olaf in it. But that's no big deal. You did your job there. You stayed backline. You stuck next to Vayne, and you kept like you used your ball as a zoning tool. That's awesome because that's what Ori does. Her ball is a zoning tool. If you've watched like really good Orianna's play, even if they're not using their ball like to do damage, they'll keep it out in a certain area in a team fight just in case. Because when if the opposing team forgets that the ball is there, they're shockwave. They won't just go Q shockwave. They'll keep the Q there. They'll prep it, and then once the opposing carries walk into it, that's when they'll press R. Watch Faker play Orianna. Not even joking. Like, it sounds cheesy, but watch him play Orianna. See how he plays. He'll keep his ball in a certain area to stop the other team from going in that area in a team fight. And if they accidentally do, he'll ulti, like the 2 squishies. So what you're doing is you're forcing the opponents into a corridor, basically. So, okay, here, I'll show you, okay. Let's say a fight's happening, like, mid lane, like here, okay? And you put Orianna's ball right there, and the fight's happening here, like your team's on this side, their team's on this side. You put the ball here, they're already scared enough they won't walk into the ball because you'll just press R. They'll try to walk here, and if they do all walk through here to like fight you guys, you move the ball quickly there and you ulti. You're forcing them to a smaller area on the map. You know, it's a win-win situation for you basically. The ball doesn't always have to go Q ulti. It doesn't always have to go Q damage ability. It can just stay out there. That's my point. You can just stay out there just to be a zoning tool. If you're down by 3 turrets, now this case, in my opinion, their best places to ward are river and somewhat in their jungle. They're still ahead right now. However, like they don't have any map control. Like they can't. They're ahead in kills, yes, but they don't have any of the outer turrets down except mid lane, so they can't really just like push into their inner like the jungles, right? It's really hard. This game is becoming ARAM. So this is where like the ball is really important. If you can like initiate a fight here with the ball, that's oh my god, that's beautiful. Now stay back and you just perfect. Perfect. Warding wise, now is where they're in the driver's seat, right? The team fights are going in their favor. Like the last 2 team fights have been going in their favor. You start warding deeper. Like you get rid of their pink wards here and here. You get a deep ward in there, maybe one over here, and then you rotate bot or top. Probably bot because dragon is up. And you get that outer turret because you need the outers before you can get the inners. But you still want to see how the opposing team is rotating in their jungle. Like how are they moving? Like are they moving towards this to defend? Are they not? Stuff like that. Their next objective should be bot lane turret now. Is there TP coming in on Renekton? Okay. Went to his TP to try to kill Morgana but still didn't. That's awesome. Azir turrets are annoying, dude. Faker does play Ori. If you saw him at Season 3 Worlds, he was a god there. Yeah, it's not for vision. He puts it there for zoning. You wanna restrict the opponent's paths. You know what I mean? Like, you think of it as an Anivia wall, right? You don't want him to. You want him to fight in smaller corridors, so you put the ball to like deter them from walking in certain places. Where's your shield? No, you shield nothing. Okay, good luck if she got away. Ah, bad idea. Even if you had hit that Azir ulti, it wouldn't have been like, it would have been meh. Like, you were just better off putting the ball. You're kind of boom. Like you putting the ball on Darius and speeding him up. You could have caught up to Azir, maybe. But either way, like, it's what it is. 1-0. It's nothing too big. No big deal on that one. Ravenous is good here over Zanias because their team's dive is crap. Renekton really can't get past your Mumu. Olaf is bad. And Azir's not really a dive champion. Their support's Nami. There's no dive there. So basically all you really have to do is stay in back with Vayne. Like it's a simple game plan. Think of this in your head, okay? Your game plan is set in stone here. You protect Vayne, you win. Your only job is to get a shockwave and protect Vayne. You should now be telling your team what to do next. For example, like you should be telling Vayne, okay Vayne, let's get that bot turret now pretty easily, then we'll rotate mid, and then we'll try to get Baron control, like vision on Baron, because it's past 20 minutes, like 30 minutes into the game. You don't want to really focus all your resources bot lane here, because if you do, they can rush a Baron. Oh, SKT did win yesterday. Did win yesterday. Sorry, they won 3-2 against CJ Entis. So I'll get back to your question though about solo queue champs right after we see a little lull, because right now I think they're about to team fight, which is good because you want a team fight with your team here. You guys are ahead now. You're creeping up. You got 2 of the 3 outer turrets. Okay, yep, they're going to Baron. Exactly as they said. They would want to focus on Baron next because nothing else on the map they can really take from you guys. I mean, you can't take anything from them either. Baron is your next like big thing. Either team that gets Baron will be able to siege, because right now they can't siege against your team because you're Ori. You can't siege against their team because they have an Azir. So your goal here is, good job, you upgrade your trinket, start them a vision. Buy a pink ward, get it on the pit, start clearing wards. The juice box, can I have your KR server account? I'll level it up for you. Alright, so perfect. No, okay, this is a little mistake here. Let's see how the fight goes off. Goes through. We had a really nice Ori ulti. So, your Vayne is pretty fed, right? Okay. Okay, this fight is going. Olaf is like running at your team here. Right here, he goes right at your Vayne. I would have recommended. Actually, never mind. Darius went back to stop him. That's good to go. You guys are fine. You did fine there. Darius went for the peel, so that means you could have gone for the offensive there. And you're getting a lot stronger now since you do have that rabbit ounce. Looks like your team should win this 3v1. I'm hoping. And then free Baron here. GG. This game's over. It should be a surrender time soon for them. Okay. GG, well played. That was good. I'm glad you realized after like you lost laning phase that you had to peel for backline. Like that's all you could do. And you did it. You did a great job. But yeah, just if you work on your laning phase a little better, like your early laning phase,